that we've already used in the hull itself before starting to fill up the tanks with our water. Now I realized I hate the regular glass, it's just too busy, so I removed it all and threw in some blue stained glass panes in instead. For a little bit of an update in the hull itself, things are looking pretty good with all 4 tanks ready to have some different colors added to them with our coral, so I'm thinking we can take 4 different types of coral and do 1 in each of them, get a few rocks in there, and of course our fish. With my favorite fishy still hanging out right here. Look how cool he looks! Saved him from an axolotl. Just believe he's going in the tank. With the outside of the tank sorted and water added in, it was time to build a much more fun environment for our fishies to hang out in, so I'm theming each of the corner tanks after a different color of coral to make them feel a little more unique, starting with our pink coral here. Before I commit to this idea all the way around, I want to see one fully finished, so I jumped out to the coral reef near New Papyrus to pick up a few tropical fish to bring back home. I'm adding about 10 fish to the first tank here, as I don't want to overfill it with too many entities, but overall, I'm actually pretty happy with how this looks. So I continued to build out the different tanks with the different coral colors, minus the blue coral, as that won't pop out too much behind our blue glass, so I left it out for now. We do need another 30 or so fish, which means I'm back out at the coral reef to try and catch a bunch of different types of fish, only bringing home at most 4 of a single type so we can have a little bit of variety for our friends swimming around. Quickly dropping each of them into their own tanks and evenly spreading the fish groups around, I did try to keep the same types of fish together so they can all stay with their friends. I mean, I'm not that evil to take them away from their home and their friends. No, just taking them away from their home is enough. Now for something a little bit more fun, we could say, I want to build another massive tank for some bigger fishies to hang out in the ceiling, which required digging out another massive chunk from our mountain we're working inside of. Of course, I had to fill this with water before I put Flippin' Guardians with our Flippin' lasers on their Flippin' heads inside of the tank, as it's time for the big fish heist. First step, I need a portal here above our tank. Then we fly south to a temple that I've already cleared the Elder Guardians from, so it should be a safer journey. Then setting up another nether portal underwater at the temple we can use to bring the Guardians home on the roof of the nether, where I went through the process of building a minecart track to connect those 2 portals up over across our roof. With the portals complete, I am preparing for chaos and a long time underwater, so I brewed up a few water breathing potions. Then starting my journey of trying to get 5 living Guardians to willingly go through another portal while I got constantly zapped by them. I eventually put some soul sand down to create bubble columns and then added a dirt ceiling sticking out from the portal so I could trap the Guardians in here and slowly push them into the portal. Ooh, nope, he swam out. Go. Yes, he went through. No, I need to go through. Thank you. Sorry, goodbye. Very important job. Oh, we got a Guardian and he's gone. He's through the portal. We have a Guardian in the tank. Run into the portal. Run into. I think he went through. Yes. Oh, we got 2 through. Okay, buddy. Come here. Get back here. He's juking me, man. I thought I was a fisherman. We did it. He's back. Off you go, buddy. Off you go. Forward. Go and do it. Yes. Okay, that should be 5 Guardians in the tank. This was a massive success. Look at that. We've got 5 live Guardians in our ceiling fish tank, and all of our fish tanks around are looking so dang cool. I've still got to figure out what I want to do down here, but you know what? I think I'm ready to get back to work on the terrain. I never really get to see the sunrise in this world. Oh, it looks so nice. Look at that. For the next step in the project, I need a lot of stone. Thankfully, I have a lot of stone. Back at the landscape now, I want to start adding in some more elevation. We can take the idea of the boulders from our previous mountain over there to link this landscape together with that one. So I grabbed some moss, stone, and dirt to start shaping out our first cliff face as a bit of a test plot. I wanted to include multiple green spaces at different levels and have that greenery really interwoven with all of the stones that we're implementing here with our boulders. Just ran out of dirt, so let's see what this first section looks like, and I think I like it. I I actually really think I like that. So my plan is, as we're incorporating the moss and then we stretch farther up here, I want to create a bit more of a highland feel, which is going to be turning a lot of our dirt that we have here actually into our path blocks. I am going to need to come back through and fill in the little gaps like that, but we can also use this as a way to stop the grass from growing any further. And I think it's just works, and it is perfect. Well, that's running. I've got something very important to do. I've got to plant a field. Even though I'm already 30 hours into this hardcore episode, you best believe I'm going to be planting a field like I do in every single episode of this nearly 6,300 day old world. Looking back to see everything I've done over the series is absolutely awesome, and I really love the consistent bit to add something new to our world every episode. Just like I absolutely love when you subscribe to my channel. YouTube has been a little weird recently, so I really do appreciate all of your support on the videos here. So be sure to leave a like as well for me to celebrate Field 59. No idea how I hadn't put a field here already, but we've got ourselves another wheat field. Hopefully we now have a lot of moss in here that we can use for some building, and ooh, that's looking good. Wow! I was not expecting this to be completely full. I did bring an extra box just in case. So we now have 2 shulker boxes full of moss, and it's time to get back to work. We have 2 spots I want to extend up for the rivers, reaching into the new landscape that I've been creating. Before we can get into that, however, I do want to raise the landscape a little bit further. As I've been looking at it, I think it's going to really need it. Increasing the height before we move into adding any permanent features like water that'd be an absolute pain to move sounds like a much better idea. And my goal here is to build some larger boulders than we've had so far, as this will help kind of signify the end of this sloped region before we start to level things off a little bit further and go much more gradual to have a space that we can build on. First one's in, and I literally just brought it to be even with the other rock. Oops. And we still actually need to work a good way over there because that's where the river comes down. I'm thinking this can be a waterfall, so it could be a bit steeper, but let's actually get that height I was talking about right back in here. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, I decided to jump to the other side and work on that river as my cliff was a little bit closer to where I wanted to go. I just needed to extend the dirt up a bunch. I'd like this river to have a pretty smooth elevation gain going up to our next dirt layer, which means I need to clear out a few more of our trees. Oh my, it has gotten dark and spooky underneath here. Ooh, I kind of forgot about that. Excuse me, no, you're a future problem. Nope, excuse me, all of you future problems. If this has a little bit of a canyon effect, that's okay with me for our river. I want to work by first extending up a dirt line here that's going to be marking out the base shape, and we need to be gaining a lot more height than this. Okay. this grass should turn back into dirt. Right, if we just have a wall coming straight down of water, that's gonna be really boring. Yeah, yep. So we can start by breaking it off here so it kind of is falling at different levels and has a little bit more of a dynamic feel to it. That brings us about halfway. Maybe we go a little bit taller. Okay, that's about halfway. It is just kind of straight though. So what if instead we bring it off this direction a little bit farther? Little moss up here just to show it's really lush along where the water's coming down. That should be long enough for a little bit of water to pool up here, and then we can start taking ourselves directly up again. Now I want to see if I can make this at slightly an angle coming even further over this way. Right, I think I've got the waterfall finished up, and that's looking pretty good. Okay, I like it. Let's get some dirt down here. Well, actually, some grass because I'm almost out of my dirt. This is definitely turning into